shit! Oh shit!
Run.
That's right, folks. Run. We're back with another installment of the problem with that. And tonight's problem with that, folks, I'm going to combine two problems into one because that's kind of how they fit. The problem with the fact checkers and censorship. So we're going to start out tonight with the fact checkers, and I'm actually going to start out with the censorship side of it, but it boils right into the fact checkers that you see on Facebook and other social medias, and the way that Google is censoring the way you actually search and everything else. But the very first problem with the censorship is this. This is a screenshot I took from a link that I was sent from friends of mine and family of mine over in Germany to check out. This is what I got. Access to this website is prohibited in the USA. What? I thought we were the land of the free, home of the brave. I thought we had freedom over here, but I guess not to actually get information, to actually have information from certain sources. But I guess that's how it goes right now. We don't have that freedom, not even over Facebook. And here is the Facebook post that I tried sharing information over. It's an app that I use to make Bitcoin and Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash. All I do is watch some ads, run through a few things, and I make some money. I actually get paid out. There is no, some of these like, what is it, Lucky Day you can scratch off and you can potentially win money. Well, I've tried some of those apps and a lot, I was going to say a lot, but every single one I've ever played, and I've played more than one, are bullshit. Yes, for the first couple weeks, I win 10 cents here, I win 20 cents here, I win $1 here, I win this here, I win this here. First three or 4 months, yeah, you do. Well, there's a stipulation. You have to hit $10 before you can cash out. After about month number 5 or 6, you hit $9.95. Cool. I've been winning over the last 4 or 5 months. I've got up to this. Cool. Go a little bit longer, and I'm going to give that 5 cents. I'm going to get that 5 cents to give me my $10, and I can cash out. 3 months pass. 4 months pass. Still no 5 cents. 6 months pass. Still no 5 cents. So now I've played this app and watched these ads and done all this bullshit for months now. And guess what? No payout. At least with the app I just showed you that gets flagged and I can't share the link over Facebook because they say it goes against their community standards. I can't share that, which actually pays out, but they can have these ads over Facebook to get you to buy in to playing these games that you might win some money, like a free lotto. Really? So now we're going that route. Well, that's a little shady, don't you think, folks? I mean, so one standard's good, but another standard's bad. So I can actually win every week as long as I hit a threshold on how much Satoshis or the standard on Litecoin with Toshis or any of those, I can get paid out every week as long as they hit the threshold of we pay out every Tuesday as long as you're above this much. But yet another app that has shows their ad, people winning hundreds and thousands of dollars in their ad to get you to download and try to do their ad. You can't even get paid out $10 within 8 months. Which one's real? Which one's fake, folks? So again, back to the censorship and fake news. This is a good one. I like this one. This fake news is wonderful because I posed a question, folks. If this virus is so deadly, why are essential workers dying at an alarming rate? It's just a question. This was what I posted, okay? So, what I got in return. So, that was what I posted on Facebook, and this is what I got in return. Partially false, misleading, as most essential workers fall below the age range of hardest hit by COVID 19. Now, the hardest hit by COVID 19, folks, is 60 plus. So if you're in the age range of 60 plus, you're the hardest hit. Now, the fact checker on Facebook decided that those aren't essential workers. Well, let me fact check some fact checkers real quick. 130 million people are employed in the United States. 6.6 million of them are 60 plus. That's 6% of our workforce is 60 plus. Now, we're going to break it down a little farther here. Walmart, Myers, and Kroger's all have and do employ 60 plus employees. Go in and shop at your local Walmart or Myers. How many of those employees are actually 60 plus? Because I guarantee you the workforce in that store, at least 1 out of 5 employees are 60 plus years old. So those are the essential workers that we're talking about, not in the medical field. And even in the medical field, I guarantee I could pull down some numbers on doctors and nurses and practitioners that are all 60 plus years old right now in the field because the younger generation is not going into those fields. But yet, my information is false. My question is false. My question is false. So now questions can be false and misleading. Now, questions are questions. They don't go one way or the other. It's the answer to the question that leads you down one path or another. The question itself is never false or misleading. There is no question that could ever be deemed false or misleading because it's a question. Questions cannot be true or false. And you cannot mislead somebody by asking a question. You can make them think. You can make them try to go, oh shit, well, that is not misleading. That is actually making somebody think about what you're talking about. This is why you question authority. This is why you question everything. This is why you question the narrative. Because then it actually brings out the truth. Yes, some false information might be spewed your way, but by asking a question, it literally brings out the truth. And unfortunately, we're being taught and we're being indoctrinated to not question. Questioning is bad. Questioning is wrong. But you know what? Questioning is something we have to do. And this drives me on into the narrative of what's going on right now because what was that, number 10? Let's bring up 10 here. This is why I had it with Facebook. And Facebook, there is only one correct answer, and it's their narrative. There is no cure yet for COVID-19, so masks are still important and vaccine is needed. Well, this has to do with a post where doctors, actual doctors, spoke up about certain treatments, certain options, and they never use the word cure except in the headline of what was uh, shown. So that's why this got flagged as false, because there's no cure. Well, you're right. There's no cure for any coronavirus. It doesn't matter. There's 7 coronaviruses in the world, and there's not a one that has a cure. 7. So do you think there's going to be a cure for this one, folks? No, there's not. Again, fake news and what you're being told and what we're being censored online, because now online is a big way to inseminate information. We're being censored. We're being fact checked. And the fact checks aren't even right. I just proved that with what I just showed, and we're gonna go into more here. That the fact checks are not right. So we're being taught, and our younger generation is being taught to not question. Well, you got to question. There's no way not to question. So to not question means you're just going to take the narrative, and the kids are not going to learn what true freedom and liberty is because of this right here. And it all has to do with money, folks. Ready? Ready for some more truth on this whole bullshit? So, Bill Gates can speak and post freely, but a group of actual physicians cannot. That's censorship. And we've just seen that with what went on. A group of physicians, a group of doctors showed up and decided they were going to actually speak out publicly on video about treatments that they've seen, what they've seen in their own hospitals, how they've dealt with certain patients, and their rate of survival, even in the older generations, the 60 plus, on how certain treatments and everything are good. Now, it has to do with Trump's hydrochloroquine, which is great. It's a drug that's been around. It's been a drug that's been around for a while that treats Alzheimer's, arthritis, or not Alzheimer's, just arthritis and malaria. It's a drug they use. It's a drug they used in other situations, even though it's not well known, but people use it. But the fact this drug is not dangerous at all. It's actually been approved for pregnant women and that are nursing. Trust me, those two groups of people, if a drug's safe for them to use, the drug's safe to use. All ages can take this, but because Trump supports it and everything else, and there hasn't been a big study on COVID and how it treats COVID, nobody wants to go with it, and the people against it and that are willing, including Bill Gates, want to fight against it. I say if this drug works and the health risks are obviously extremely low because of who can and who cannot take it, why not? What's the worst case scenario? It doesn't work and people still die? Well, that's going to happen even if you do what you're going to say you're going to do. So we get into the Bill Gates thing here, and it brings up a wonderful post, and the link will be down in the description on this one. Meet the world's most powerful doctor, Bill Gates. Bill Gates is not a doctor. Not at all. He's bought his way into doctorhood. but that doesn't make him a doctor, but everybody's listening to him. Some billionaires are satisfied with buying themselves an island. Bill Gates got a United Nations Health Agency in Geneva. Over the past decade, the world's richest man has become the World Health Organization's second biggest donor. So the WHO's second biggest donor is Bill Gates. Number one is the United States. Bill Gates is number two. Then it's the United Kingdom. So Bill Gates donates more than any other country besides the United States. Well, until now when Trump pulled the funding from the WHO organization. Now Bill Gates is number one. Why the fuck would you take advice from that motherfucker? He bought his way in. He bought his way to be on the board. He bought his way into giving his opinion and everything else. Not because he knows what he's talking about, just because he has the money. Right there, censorship and the fact checkers need to fucking learn what the hell they're doing, because they're fact checking shit that doesn't work. They're fact checking stuff that just proves that they're one-sided and are only going to fact check and go against what the other side is telling them to do. So right now we have fact checkers that are actually skewing the narrative just as much as the narrative is trying to skew what you think.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Run.